Hello, friends. Let us discuss ethics, integrity, and aptitude. I will discuss with you new topic that is human values. I will discuss with you definition of scholars. Okay. So human values, like what are human values? Honesty, compassion, truthfulness, empathy. They are human values. They are just like guiding principles, and such truthfulness, empathy, compassion, what they do, they shape human behavior, provide, they are responsible for human behavior, they are help to take decisions and help to make respectful relation. So I discussed with you what is human values. So human values are what? They are given direction, they are providing help, maintain amicable relationship, and values are just like they are guiding our decision makings. Okay, so they are universal principles like truth, compassion, integrity, justice, empathy. So it helps to live harmonious relation with other members of the society. Okay, they are like I discuss with you what Mahatma Gandhi told about values. So values, they are guiding principles, but Mahatma Gandhi say they are basis of truth, non-violence, morality. They are the basis of service. Okay, they are the highest value guiding human life, and guiding human life, as told by Mahatma Gandhi. So Charles Morris has given the definition of morality, that they are the qualities, they are the basics, they are the guiding principles that make an individual provide regard to others. Values, you have guiding principles, they enable to take decisions, they make our life happy, they shape human behavior, they help to take decision. Charles Morris has given definition that they are the things that give regard to others. They are stable qualities. So There are values of lessons that we have learned from great leaders. We have learned from reformers. We have learned from administrators. So, like leaders like Mahatma Gandhi talked about truth, non-violence, simplicity, self-discipline are the values that Mahatma Gandhi talked about. And Swami Vivekananda talked about brotherhood, service to mankind, self-confidence. Swami Vivekananda talked about various values. And Nelson Mandela focuses on forgiveness. Okay, that we should give forgiveness to others of their mistakes, of their bad deeds. Then Abraham Lincoln believes in honesty, equality. So there are various moral lessons like courage, like integrity, like empathy, like inclusiveness. There are various lessons that are learned from the teachings of great leaders and reformers. Okay, so we have learned a lot of things from administrators, from scholars, from leaders like integrity, compassion, empathy, truthfulness, equality. So we studied the definition of Charles Morris, M.K. Gandhi. Nelson Mandela talked about having forgiveness in your mind. Abraham Lincoln talked about equality in the society, talked about honesty of society. Swami Vivekananda, that there has to be universal brotherhood, self-confidence, service to mankind. Mahatma Gandhi had given values of non-violence, truth, simplicity, and self-discipline. So it has lessons to be learned from great leaders, from their work, from their social life, public life, political life. So many lessons to learn like compassion, empathy, integrity, honesty, courage, inclusiveness. So let us now talk about social and religious reformers like Rajama Ram Mohan Rai, B.R. Ambedkar, Mother Teresa. हमने we have talked about various leaders like Vivekanand, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln. There are so many value lessons that we have learned, that we can learn from these leaders. Then and there are social and religious reformers that has brought many reforms in the society as well as in the religious sphere. There are lessons that can be learned from these social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, opposed sati, believe in equality. He fought for women's rights, social justice. Jyotiba Phule and Savitri Bai Phule are example of social and religious movement. They are social and religious reformers like Jyotiba Phule and Savitri Bai Phule. Then, like reformers, Rajaram Mohan Rai was brought about many reforms in the society. Jyotiba Phule and Savitri Bai Phule, he she fought for marginalized section of the society, dignity of labor, and believe in education for all. Then marginalized and women. Then B.R. Ambedkar, like explained constitutional morality, believe in equality, fraternity, social justice, and Mother Teresa, like service, humanity, compassion. So there are many lessons that can be learned from these social and religious reformers uh, B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar believe in equality, social justice. Mother Teresa believe in talk about service, humanity, and compassion. Jyotiba Phule and Savitri Bai Phule, he was also great religious and social reformer, and she fought for education for all, especially marginalization and women. Then Rajaram Mohan Rai, he was great reformer and opposed sati, believe in social justice, equality, women's rights. So lessons can be learned, value lessons can be learned. Then there are administrators and statesmen. So like Chanakya, Kautilya, believe in good governance, believe in ethics in administration. Okay. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, he was a great administrator. He was having strong support for national integration. He human values that he discussed about are unity and national integration. Then we have APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was visionary leadership. He believed in innovation humility. Then the great administrator Ashoka the Great. Then human values of welfare of subject, tolerance, dharma, and non-violence. So we have a lot of value lessons that are being imparted by these great administrators like APJ Abdul Kalam, Ashoka the Great, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and Chanakya Kautilya. They believe in dharma, good governance, ethics in administration, unity and national integration, humility, innovation, and with integrity. Then we have Ashoka the Great. Ashoka the Great was advocating dharma, non-violence, tolerance. There are many lessons like accountability, ethical governance, responsibility, public service. Okay, we have these so many values I have discussed with you about human values that they are guiding things, they are principles that shape our life, that affect our decision making, that help in shaping human conduct. There are the teachings of great leaders and reformers. We have learned values like truthfulness, non-violence, compassion, equality. Administrators teach us governance, responsibility, family. So there are various applications of values. Okay, we have talked about values. Okay, so you have to discuss about this. So they are guiding principles. They are the basics of truth, non-violence. Okay, you have to explain. Okay, so they affect our personal and social life. Philosophical foundations of values. So values they provide a guiding force for personal life and social life. So it has values. They come from philosophical traditions like human experiences, religion, ethics, metaphysics. They are they arise from the philosophical traditions like ethics, metaphysics. human experience. So let us talk about universal versus cultural values. There are universal values. So these values, they are universally present and they are universally acceptable. Example: truth, justice, freedom, unity, dignity. They are universal values. So they are all universal values. When we talk about truth, when we talk about integrity, when we talk about justice, when we talk about freedom, compassion, and dignity. So when we there are universal values as well as cultural values. So next is cultural values. So cultural values, they vary from tradition to tradition, customs to customs, and societies. Okay, like I talk about individualism. Individualism, joint family system, it's a value system that is prevalent in Indian society, and individualism is prevalent in Western society. So universal values as well as cultural values, they coexist. So cultural values and enhances diversity, enrich diversity. Then there are intrinsic and instrumental values. Intrinsic values, they have they are not for utility. So intrinsic values give meaning to the life, like happiness, love, honesty, truth. Okay, they are not for utility. Then comes instrumental values, means they are required to get something. They are means to achieve something else. For example, money, education. We have power, we have technology, education, money, power, technology, education. Money, education, power, technology. They are important. Okay. So when we talk about the philosophical basis, what is the philosophy of human values? So human values, they are derived from ethics, metaphysics, religion, and human experiences. So they provide a support to guide human behavior. They are personal life and professional life enable us to lead. Then we have intrinsic values and instrumental values. Instinct values are intrinsic, they are internal. For example, happiness, love, truth, they are intrinsic values, and instrumental values are means they are required in our life to achieve something. For example, money. Then comes then comes education, then comes power, technology. They are all instrumental values. So then there are universal values and there are cultural values. Means universal values are common in all the societies like truth, dignity, honesty. Then there are cultural values, means they vary from one culture to another culture. For example, joint family system is more seen in Indian societies, but individualism is a feature of Western society. So there are universal values, cultural values, intrinsic values, instrumental values. There are philosophical basis of philosophical foundation of values. Okay. Then I discussed with you like classification of values. So classification of values means there are moral values, okay, honesty, integrity, justice, fairness. So moral values, they are the base of right and wrong. Then spiritual values, okay, like inner peace, faith, detachment. They are in spiritual values. Social values means they are guide our social life, interpersonal relationship, community relationship. For example, compassion, cooperation, tolerance, equality, brotherhood. Then are political values. So they are good for governance and political life, public life. Example, democracy, secularism, liberty, accountability. Then aesthetic values. They are concerned with creativity, art, beauty. For example, harmony, elegance. Then there are environmental values. They are focusing on environmental and respect for nature. For example, harmony, conservation, ecological balance. So when two or more values clash with each other, then we face individual or institution face dilemmas. There are value conflicts and how to resolute conflicts. So what is the nature of values? Nature of values can be understood from the philosophical foundation of values. The values can be classified into moral values. It forms the basis of what is right and wrong. Social values helps to lead a social life. Political values to achieve governance, democracy. Aesthetic values talks about art, and environmental values like environment conservation, climate change. They are classification. So I discussed with you the philosophical foundation of values, classification of values. Okay. So there are conflicts when two or more values conflict with each other. It leads to dilemmas. So when two or more values clash in a real life situation, individual or institutions face dilemmas. So, value conflicts and resolution. Okay, so like in environment aspect, we see what we should take, whether we take up development or our efforts should be to protect the environment. There is value conflicts. So in whistleblowing, whether you want to expose the loopholes in the department or you want to become loyal to the department, that is whistleblowing. So you have to, in civil services, you have to take one options. So there are, whether you believe in transparency or you believe in confidentiality in sensitive cases, whether you want to give all the information, share all the information, be transparent when it comes to sensitive cases, or or you have the option to maintain confidentiality about any sensitive case. So it is an ethical dilemma. So civil service dilemma, then environmental protection governance dilemma, whistleblowing dilemma. Okay, so how to this resolute these conflicts? Okay, so there are various approaches like discussion, dialogue, mediation. Have mediation in any issue, dialogue on, do some dialogue on any issue and reach a common solution, or have discussion with each other and build some consensus. Dialogue, meditation and consensus. Okay, so whether you are ethics, reasoning on the basis of ethics. Okay, ethical reasoning, that is a resolution approach to solve conflicts, moral value conflicts. So prioritization of universal and constitutional values over narrow interest. How you prioritize. Okay. So whether you are giving priority towards your interest or your duties, professional duty, constitutional morality, universal values. So there are conflicts when two values clash. It leads to conflict, and it has to be resolved. So there are various examples of there are conflict in civil service duties. There are conflicts in environmental issue. There are conflicts in whistleblowing, like case studies. Let us take the case studies of whistleblowing. So you have options whether you want to be loyal to the organization or you are more focused about public interest than environmental governance, whether you want to protect the environment or focus on developmental activities, healthcare, then civil service dilemma, whether you believe in transparency or you maintain the confidentiality of the sensitive information of any sort of information. Okay. सो दो वैल्यूज होती हैं जब क्लैश करती हैं रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन में, इंडिविजुअल फेस करता है डायलेमा. रेजोल्यूशन किस तरह से इन डायलेमास को सॉल्व करना है. वी हैव टू इनिशिएट डायलॉग और यू वांट टू मीडिएशन करना चाहते हो इशू पे और bringing a consensus on any topic, on any activity, on any job you want to take. So they have prioritization. You have to see how to prioritize it. So I have discussed with you the lessons that can be learned from the great leaders, reformers, and enhance our knowledge. Administrators, they have values. We learn values from administrators. There are what is the nature of values? We talk about universal values and cultural values. There is a lot of difference. There is a difference between intrinsic and instrumental values. They are intrinsic, they are internal to the human body. Instrumental values are required to achieve something like money, education, technology. So we have to see the differences of all these things. How is the nature of values and define the meaning of values by Mahatma Gandhi. We have talked great leaders like Nelson Mandela. We believe in forgiveness. Abraham Lincoln believe in teaches us values of democracy, equality, and brotherhood. B.R. Ambedkar, he was a reformer. He believed in social justice, improvement of marginal section of the society, poor section of the society, untouchability, removing untouchability that are faced by the lower section of the society according to there are according to Varna. So it has lot more to explain, like how ethical conflicts occurs, value conflicts occurs, and how these approaches can be applied to resolve this moral conflict. Okay. Then I have discussed with you the various classification of values. Moral values are there, social values are there, political values are there, spiritual values are there, aesthetic values are there, and then environmental values. We have to protect our environment. We have to be our public life, maintain decency in public life. Then we have spiritual values talk about purification of mind, purification of soul, detachment. Social values believe in cooperation, compassion. Political values, governance, democracy, liberty. Okay. So it has applications in administration, it has application in governance, it has application in leadership. Okay. So professionalism is detrimental. It is detrimental without values. Professionalism is at risk because it can become corrupt, it can become self-servicing. Okay. So it has application in professional life, like it impartiality creates in administration, in governance, in leadership, honesty, integrity. That is, you have to be fair, you have to be integrity. So you have to be very sensitive in taking a decision in your administration, governance. You hire a leader, a leadership. Values are important for leadership. It influences decision making. It has great impact on it leads to impartiality, transparency, and accountability, vision and innovative. It innovation inculcates innovation. It increases qualities of visionary leadership. So courage of conviction. You must have courage of conviction. That is, you have to take tough decision for public good. It has application in professional life, but there are contemporary challenges. There are contemporary challenges. Why? Because there are, I discussed with you, intrinsic values. So they are no more found in society because our focus is on wealth, status, consumption. So challenges of consumerism: we are spending a lot more on buying and possessing, but we are not caring about the environment. Our happiness, shallow happiness is there. So there is erosion of family bonds. Your migration is there. Okay, joint families से nuclear families की तरफ जा रहे हैं. So there are erosion of bonds in the family. There are ethical issues with living in the digital age, like privacy invasion. There are misinformation, rumors, cyberbullying. There are issues of cyberbullying. So you have to be responsibility, cyber, digital literacy. We have to give them, and we have to make use of ethically technological use. जब करना है तो उसमें ethics को आपने include करना ही करना है. Okay. Lot more discussions have been done as far as values are concerned. Okay, so there are applications, there are challenges, there are applications in professional life. Okay, they have that we can lessons can be learned from the teachings of great leaders, reformers, and administrators. Okay, so how various institutions inculcate the values in us. Okay, it inculcates, of course, it inculcates values in us. Like, let us talk about family, then we will talk about society, then we will talk about education institutions. So they are all institutions like families and social institutions. Society in a family marriages takes place. It inculcates values. In society, we learn. Society provides a lot of values. Learns values from the society. We learn values from the education institutions. So we learn love, respect, honesty, sharing, empathy. That develop our discipline. They make us responsible. They help us to cooperate. So in family, parents and then elders, they are like our role models. So we imitate them, we watch them, and we learn lessons like honesty, integrity. They teach us discipline. They teach us cooperation, values of responsibility, honesty. Families are they're the first school of values, of guiding force to lead a personal and social life, to maintain decisions. They are the basis of truth, honesty, integrity. They have philosophical foundations. Nature of ethics, it has classification, various classification, it has intrinsic values, there are professional values, universal values, cultural values. Okay, then intrinsic values are there. Values are everywhere. We have learned lessons of empathy, compassion, honesty, integrity, cooperation, responsibility, discipline. tolerance, non-violence, dharma, visionary leadership, humility, innovation, integrity, good governance. So let us see how society inculcate values. Society inculcates various values like justice, like cooperation, like responsibility, like harmony, like equality. So we have traditions, customs, festivals, cultural practices. They teach us the values of universal brotherhood, solidarity, and unity. We have peer groups, we have media, we have various community organizations. So they influence our values. They make us value oriented. They make us value oriented. Institutions there's a role in values. Institutions, society, in society, media inculcate values. Peer group inculcates societal values. Then our festivals, traditions, cultural practices, they teach us unity, solidarity, harmony, cooperation, equality. Society reinforces so many things. Media enforces so many things. So how the family inculcate values, society inculcate values, education institution also inculcates values. For example, teachers are like role models, fairness, transparency, truthfulness. There are many co-curricular activities, NSS, debate. Though they nurture empathy, they nurture responsibility, NCC. So there are learning of moral values, ethics, civics. Okay. So there are so many learnings of ethics, of moral values. Education institutions activities are happening, cultural activities, classroom teaching, teachers generate values, role models, they are acting as role models. So curriculum based values inculcation like ethics, then we have various activities are there. Okay, we are exposure to biographies of leaders and influencers, enhances our moral imagination. Then we are exposed to biographies of leaders and reformers and administrators. There are a lot of lessons are being provided to this. So they are basically universal principles. Live in harmony with themselves, others, and nature. Charles Morris has said that ethics are stable qualities that gives regard something as important and worthwhile. Okay. So they shape our human behavior. They shape our relationship, they shape our decisions. Scholars have defined them in a different way. Lessons have been learned from the leaders of, from the reformers like Jyotiba Phule, Rajaram Mohan Rai, B.R. Ambedkar, Mother Teresa, administrators like Chanakya, Kautilya, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, APJ Abdul Kalam, Ashoka the Great, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln. They are lessons from the lives and teachings of great leaders, reformers, and administrators. Ethics in administration, good governance, like tolerance, inculcate the habit of tolerance, well-being of others, happiness, honesty, truthfulness. Classification is there. There are values in social values, public values, political values, spiritual values are there. There are philosophies there in behind the values, how they are guiding principles, and how they are. There is a challenge when it comes to erosion of family bonds. There are ethical issues in digital age. There is consumerism and there is materialism, status, wealth, consumption. There are erosion of intrinsic values. Conflicts are there. Moral conflicts are there when they clash with each other. There has to be resolution. We have to engage ourselves in dialogue. We have to carry out consensus, bring consensus. We have to do ethical reasoning and our prioritization. Whether you we want prioritization towards personal interest or public welfare. What is our priority? ये हमें देखना पड़ेगा. एथिकल इश्यूज आते हैं डिजिटल एज में. फैमिली बॉन्ड का एथिक्स है. So there are applications in professional life. There are applications. There are challenges. There are classification of values. Okay, there are foundations of it. You have to discuss it in detail. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से लेसन्स हम सीख सकते हैं. वैल्यूज हम लर्न करते हैं. रिफॉर्मर से हम लीडर से वैल्यू लेसन्स लर्न करते हैं. वैल्यूज क्या है? गाइडिंग प्रिंसिपल्स है. इसको क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं. इसका फाउंडेशन है. ये डायरेक्शन देता है हमारे डिसीजन मेकिंग में. गाइडिंग प्रिंसिपल्स है ये एक बेसिस है. ट्रुथ, नॉन वायलेंस, ऑनेस्टी, इंटीग्रिटी, डेडिकेशन, responsibility, cooperation. So there are many case studies of ethical dilemmas like whistleblowing case studies, whether you are consider yourself to be loyal to the organization or you want to become whistleblower, whether there are the classification. There are conflicts, there are resolutions. It has application in professional life. Yes, of course. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ट्रांसपेरेंसी लानी है, सोसाइटी में यूनिटी लानी है, इंटीग्रिटी लानी है, अगर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, गवर्नेंस में कंपैशन लाना है, एम्पैथी लानी है, इट हैज रोल, मॉरल कंपैशन, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी इनकलकेट करनी है. We have to work, we have to read all these topics and subtopics and build conceptual clarity on all of these topics. There are activities in schools, cultural program, classroom teaching, debate competition, exposure to biographies of great leaders that have done wonders to make India that we see today. Okay, so that's all for in this video. For other topics discussion, you have to refer my other videos. Okay guys, take care.